The Woman in White. Have you ever woken up to the feeling that you're being watched? I have. But for me, it wasn't just a feeling. A couple of months ago, I woke up in the middle of the night for no reason at all. I wear contacts due to my extreme nearsightedness, so the dark shapes in my room were nothing but blurry blobs since I take them out before bed. I have glasses too, but only wear them before I put in my contacts and after I take them out. My wife and I like to sleep with the door open, and our room is at the end of a hall. At the other end of the hallway, I saw a white shape. It startled me for a second because I couldn't tell what it was. For a moment, I thought it was my wife, and she got up to get a drink of water or something. But she was sleeping peacefully next to me. I figured it was my imagination, because the darkness likes to play tricks on your eyes, and this is only made worse if you have bad eyesight like I do. I ignored the shape and went back to sleep. When I woke the next morning, I had already forgotten about it, until I went to bed that night when I saw it again. Only this time, it had moved closer. It was now about halfway down the hall, but I still couldn't make out much. But now I could tell the shape looked faintly human. I blinked several times to try and dispel the figure, but it did not move. I shook my wife awake, but when I turned back, it was gone. I chuckled at myself for being so ridiculous. Our house has a top-notch security system, so nothing as much as a fly could get in when the system was armed. No one could have gotten into the house without me knowing. I still wrote it off as my imagination and told my wife as such. The third night was worse still. When I awoke, I felt like I was being watched. That's when I saw the figure in the doorway. Despite my poor vision, I could still make out that it was indeed the shape of a human. I put on my glasses to see better. It was a woman in a white gown with long black hair obscuring most of her face, except for part of her nose, which was as white as her dress. I wanted to tell it to go away, but I was too afraid to open my mouth or move it in any way. Though I couldn't see them, I felt her eyes on me, just watching me. What did she want? Then she was gone. No proof or anything. Nor did she fade into thin air. Just gone in the blink of an eye. I told my wife about the woman the next morning, but she didn't believe me. When she saw how freaked out I was, she agreed to close our bedroom door that night. It was hard for me to sleep that night. Just when my eyelids finally started to get heavy, the door slowly opened. I expected to see the woman standing on the other side, but there was nothing. I figured it must have been a draft or something, so I pulled on my glasses and started to get up to close the door. But then, I saw her. The woman was standing not 2 feet from the bed, staring at me. Her hair no longer covered her pale face, which was equally beautiful and horrifying. I tried to scream, but I could not find my voice. She opened her mouth, and what came out sounded like 1,000 voices crying out at once in utter despair.